Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the FPL Armchair Managers YouTube podcast. I am Ruben and with me is...
the 1 millionth best player in the whole sort of universe, Harry, but we are now the 1 millionth best player.
Yeah, I mean you've had some fall from grace really, haven't you? Because you were given it a big up.
Yeah. But I don't think you can give me too much stick about that at the moment. So, but yeah, there is a little bit of fall from grace. But I'm hoping we'll have a bounce back this week.
The 100,000th of I seem to remember at the beginning of all of this. Now the 1
Yeah, although
millionth.
1 millionth is a lot easier to say, and I can see that I'm catching on far better than the 280,000th or whatever it was.
Yeah, I have no idea where I am, and frankly, I don't care.
Can find out for you.
There is only one thing that matters, and that is the Crouched Potato league, not head-to-head league, mini league that we're in, and even that I'm not doing very well in either. So yeah. So last week, in general, how did the whole of FPL go in your view, Harry?
Just before we go, so you're 4,700,000th.
Nice.
A little bit of a tongue twister.
I'm in the top half.
You need to work on that.
I'm in the top half.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? Total players 11,200,000. So, in the sense of how good are we are above average. So, if you want to listen to some above average managers, we are the guys.
Yeah, if you want to hear us prattle on, then yeah.
Absolute gibberish, but yeah, how did the week go? Well, I won. I picked up 3 points in the head-to-head in the local derby.
I said the whole of FPL. You know, you don't have to come out with daggers straight away.
I do, because as I've always said, it's always about points on the board. Because I know full well I could possibly go through the next 10 weeks without winning again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Although what I would say is, I think it was Saturday evening. I think you're only about 5, maybe 10 points behind with the captain still to play.
Yeah.
I was up against it, and that very nearly was ruining my weekend with the anxiety of knowing that I might potentially lose to the last kick of the week, i.e. with the Mo Salah being a captain playing on the Monday.
You've got to love a Monday captain, definitely. It does bring a bit to it. However, I would say here that with Palmer's injury, so my view of the whole FPL weekend is that for many who will look into the data and the analytics side, it didn't really go as expected. There are a few good things. I mean, great to see Pedro kind of getting off the mark and doing well, and some others scoring some decent points. But the Palmer injury threw the spanner in the works for the local derby between you and I, because ultimately, although I was 5 points behind you, at that point I hadn't taken in the fact that both you and I had Palmer to be subbed off, and your sub was an 11-point Jack Grealish. Mine was Neco Williams that was irrelevant anyway because you had him on the pitch. So had I have had Pedro Porro,
that's very true.
Might have been in and around the right kind of spot. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I had another. Well, I say another. I had a 4-point captain, and I think Salah scored some decent points in the end for you.
Yeah. I don't know what.
So, but I mean, I think what was it? Game week 2, the average was 51, whereas I think game week 1 average was it 55, 56?
Yeah.
So obviously Haaland not scoring and Palmer not playing.
Yeah.
I think our actual head-to-head match was actually very much what the general consensus of the FPL stratosphere universe, whatever you want to call it, that was very much that type of issue.
Felt low scoring.
We fell foul of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Which, in all fairness, I've always said from the get-go is that my strategy this year is to try and have a semi-decent bench so that I don't have to make transfers for injuries.
Yeah.
And I'm in game week 2, and it's my bench has bailed me out because of an injury in the warm-up. Because I put Grealish as my first sub because I wasn't too sure, mainly because he didn't start for the first game. I was like, I'm not putting him in the starting 11 because I don't want a sub being in my starting 11. So obviously I benched him on the hope that he might make an appearance sort of game week 3 or 4 onwards. And I just got lucky, got very lucky.
Yeah, but you've got to ride your luck. And one of my major points today was going to be, you do need to put some thought into your bench and the order in which those guys come on, like 100%, because it can make a massive difference. So
in a head-to-head sense, you can probably weather it in that conventional overall score, depending on who and how you're playing with others.
Yeah.
But you can't weather it in a head-to-head, especially if you're coming up against some guys who have actually sort of got a decent team, a decent run of results going.
Definitely. And I parked my bench boost idea because I just wasn't sure on the double Burnley defence with the keeper and Esteve.
Yeah.
And Gui hadn't played, although he did come on and score a point. And I didn't fancy Pyro against City, which was just, I mean, how wrong of me to underestimate these guys. So
no one called it. And honestly, mate, I think I'd have been in the same boat as you. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm thankful you didn't do it. But I think you made the sensible choice. No one would have statistically gone through that and gone, this is the weekend to play a bench boost with the players that I've got.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'll stick that in my back pocket and I'll use that later on down the line. So to those that aren't watching, I'll give a little rundown here. So Harry has very kindly provided the league table, of which he sits top. So 2 games played, 6 points. I can't see your actual points total on there.
My actual 26 points total is 126.
Yeah. Which is not bad. I sit 13th out of 16 in that league with a points haul of 104, which is frustrating.
Yeah, if you're doing it on the overall points, you'd be actually sat in 5th. You'd be sat in 7th.
6th.
Just tied 5th in it, so it'd be then 7th.
Oh, they're tied 5th, are they? Sorry, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you got tied 5th because they're both on 112 points.
But that's not how the game is
played. So they're both on 3 points. They're both on 3 points, and then they're also on 112 points as a score.
Yeah.
So there isn't a tiebreaker with them because they haven't played each other as head-to-head.
No. And the other thing that matters in our little league is the Manager of the Month award, which is awarded to the manager with the most points, as in 3 points, 6 for a win, 1 point for a draw, etc. League points. And if there's a tie, then that's done based on the overall points. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. That'll settle a tiebreaker. So we've tried to set it up in the sense of that you've always got the guys who are against October, November time. They've had an absolute awful run of it. They've lost interest. So we tried to give it where each month it resets and someone can win some of the money back that they've put in. So for your points you won over the season, over that month. So some weeks, I think this month we've got 3 matches. Other months you might have 5 or 6, but it's a case of you get your normal conventional points, and if you are tied with someone, say for example on 9 points, it then comes down to your actual overall fantasy score that month to settle the tiebreaker.
Yeah, which for you obviously is looking quite pretty at the moment. But there's 3 of you in the running for a 9-pointer. Luke, bless him, who was the whipping boy. 4, sorry. Yeah, my
4, yeah.
Adding up's not good. It's because the top one is highlighted in blue, so I thought that was the top of the row. Yeah, so there's 4 of you. Luke was last year's whipping boy. He's got off to a reasonable start this year, so I'm playing him next. So I might actually screw up the whole lot and just put all my subs on and hope that he beats me.
I don't think you lost them at all last year, did you? I feel like you might have played him 3 times.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you beat him all 3 times.
Possibly, yeah, but yeah, we'll see. So it keeps it exciting. I recommend. I know people they go straight in for let's get the most amount of points possible. Now we're not all in that kind of world where we're likely to be in the whatever a reasonable target is, top 100,000 or whatever. So this makes it really good fun, and it does keep it really engaging. And I like it a lot. So it's good.
It keeps it all going. And we've also got another one for the highest individual weekly score of a month as well.
Yeah.
Which is currently 78 points, I think it is.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Zar did that with a match for you, but you'd boosted. So
I had a bench boost, whereas obviously you didn't, so I gracefully stood down. Although, had I had 79 with a bench boost, I would be my accolade, but unfortunately not.
100%, yeah. But, in the words of Max Verstappen, if my mum had balls, she would be my dad. So, yeah. Okay.
He actually said that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He said that.
Was that actually a quote?
Yeah. He said that in a press conference where they were giving him those
philosophical with that one.
Yeah, ifs and ands, and he just went, yeah, well, if my mum had balls, she would be my dad. So, which made no sense then. It makes no sense me saying it now, and we should move on. Who are you playing this week? Anyway, out of interest, do you know?
I got Tinsy.
You got Tinsy, have you?
I've got Tinsy, where he's 1-1 at the moment.
Okay.
He's on 98 points, so he's steady.
Yeah.
He's averaging sort of a 50 point a week.
Yeah.
Albeit, I think when we were talking about it last week, I think we were saying anything sort of 50 or 55 below, you're up against it to win matches.
Yeah.
So statistically, I should, with my sort of average of 63.
Yeah.
I should coast it, but
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. I can't remember who you got. Oh, you got Luke, Andy, we just said.
Yeah. Luke's team is in bits. I don't think his bench scored a single point. Actually, he would have had Dubravka on the bench, but none of the others scored a point. Plus, he's got injuries all over his outfield. So, be interesting to see what he does. But I can't second guess it. I'm just going to stick to my plan, and we'll see. So yeah.
But if you lose, you're still only 9 points off top.
Yeah.
And I think as we found out last year with one of the teams, I think it was 30 points off top at Christmas, and I think they only ended up finishing about 10 points back by the end of it. Yeah. So, I think if you keep winning around that 12-point window, you're well in amongst it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see. Cool. Well, I'll run on and go through my team for this week. So, I did something that many people would not, and that is on Monday evening. Slightly lost sleep, awake, thinking this through. I made substitutions at that moment because I knew that the players that I wanted were going to go up in value. So I had a look for Gakpo pre-season. He was in my I'll go triple Liverpool once their tough run of fixtures is out of the way.
Okay.
But he's actually started really well.
I'm
just going to bring him in. I think Liverpool are going to score more goals is kind of the philosophy, because they're gonna leak a few for sure. João Pedro, I didn't want to bring him in because I wasn't sure if he was going to cement his place or not, but wow, what a performance at the weekend. And the 7.5 million-ish kind of players, he looks pretty strong. He's likely to get a few decent minutes. Chelsea's fixtures, as we know, are pretty good, hence why so many people went for the Sanchez in goal. So I made those two subs pretty swiftly. So I swapped out Palmer and I swapped out Gooey. The reason being, taking out Palmer gave me so much more money. Gakpo's doing well.
Yeah.
Take Gooey out of there. That then means I've got 3 strong ones in the front line. Watkins still, in my view, has so much more to give.
Yeah.
I mean, the run of fixtures
I'd love to argue on that one, but no. I'd agree with that because that's kind of the main premise around my thoughts. So I'd totally agree with that.
And I think so. Sanchez in goal, Fulham at home. Fulham a good side. They may well score, but Sanchez in goal is good pick. I've gone double Forest defence against West Ham. Feels that they're at home. Forest, that feels like a strong potential for. Double kind of clean sheet. Pedro Porro, I think, is absolutely sensational this season so far. He's got Bournemouth at home. Salah, Gakpo, they've got Arsenal. It's going to be tough, but they can still pick up points. Reinders, Brighton away. Not the greatest of weeks just gone, but looks class. I've captained Bruno Fernandes at home to Burnley. Manchester United are getting so much stick at the minute, but I actually think they've played well. And after last night with Grimsby, I imagine there's going to be some fire in the bellies to get out and absolutely ruin Burnley.
Bold. It's bold.
Yeah, but it
is bold.
Defcons were there. The pen miss is absolutely rank. Basically, I should be blaming him for me losing against you, because that would have.
Well, it's a 6 points swing, wasn't it? 7 point swing.
So yeah.
Compared to him scoring and then him missing.
Plus the bonus points that he'd have probably got as well. Yeah, it's a nightmare. But yeah, so I've gone for that as my captain pick at the moment. I might panic and last minute swap that. It was on Pedro, because Pedro, Fulham at home, just scored a couple. Think he could do quite well, but not sure. Ekatike, I think is going to be sensational all season, quite frankly. All the talk around Isak and him losing places, losing minutes and whatnot, I get that, but he's come out of the blocks and he looks so good at this moment in time. You can't be taking him out for anybody. So he's not one I don't think people should be buying because of what's looming there, but if you've got him, you definitely should get rid of him. So yeah, I've already covered off Watkins there. And I put a bit of thought into the order of play. Like I say, I think Villa are going to come good, so I've put Dewsbury Hall as my first sub on there. So with Wolves away, feeling confident that there's some very, very strong players on there, but this is FPL and who knows, quite frankly. So yeah, that is me. What do you reckon, Harry? You going to pick holes here? What do you think?
The Fernandes thing is bothering me. I mean, I kind of understand the premise around it, but they were awful in the second half against Fulham, in my opinion. To be frank, I completely forgot they were playing in round 2 at the Carabao Cup, because when was it? I think it was almost like 30 years ago since United ever did. Yeah. And obviously they then lost out. I mean, I know it was penalties. I don't know. I mean, in theory, they should do something against Burnley, but yeah, I don't know. I think that could. I mean, if it does come in, you'll win your match because of that. Because I think he will probably score a few. But I agree with the Watkins premise around that one. I think he's averaging 2 points a game at the moment, ain't he? So,
yeah.
Whereas I think he was bar Salah and Haaland every other season beforehand. It was like the second.
I think it's the last 2 seasons.
The Golden Boot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't mind it. I think we talked about it a few weeks ago about Reinders, because there are similarities in our teams where I think Reinders, being first season, I think he is going to be hot and cold. I think you're going to find he's going to have 1 week where he'll score sort of 10 points, sort of 10 to 12 points, and then he'll have 2 or 3 weeks where he will just literally get you 2 or 3 points.
Yeah.
So it's how you can absorb that in your team. But I think the idea of him bolstering your bench is solid, because then means you haven't got used to transfer stuff. So I think it's all right, and I like the idea around your Forest defenders as well, because I've got a similar headache again with my team. So a lot of what you've done is very transferable to where I'm at. So I think you should just got to get the captain's pick right, mate, and I think the rest of it will fall. I think that's it.
Anyone good would call it a differential pick on the captain's armband.
Yeah.
For me, it's just a punt on nothing more than things. Third time lucky, things go wrong, and it's got to come right at some point. So it's a bit.
You can't keep losing, scoring like with your average of over 50 points. Well, I think if your average is below 100 below 50 points, then yeah, but I think your average is above it.
Yeah.
So I can't remember how many he scored last year in the sense of what the actual run rate is you need it to be considered. But I think it's very easy to make a knee-jerk decision. So I think you got to give it to the international break.
Yeah.
So
I think he's people talk about Kuna and Mbeumo. I mean, Mbeumo's on the corners on one side, which is great, but I think Fernandes is gonna feed those two. But anyways, let's scoot on to you then. Let's see what you're up to.
Yeah, I think it's very similar. Hence why our match was close, in the sense that they were both almost equally as crap, and it was just that there was a little bit of a little glimmer in the thing that set us apart in our match, and that was a missed penalty and for you and Jack Grealish not for Everton. But yeah, I mean, Sanchez in goal. Don't really need to explain that one. You've pretty much described that one entirely yourself, for all the exact same reasons of it. Now, where I've got a similar headache to you with Fernandes is I am keeping Doggio, or Dormio, however you pronounce it, in the back three, on the hope that there might be a clean sheet or he might nick an assist. That is something I am sort of trying to work out. Obviously, Williams and Gahey as well at the back, and the same again with Williams, who they're up against. I thought that they might potentially be able to pick some points up as well. But I am potentially thinking, as I was looking into this one, as I was looking into some of the detail around it, I am potentially thinking of bringing Konsa into the back line and making it a 4-3-3, given the fact he's got 3 points and he's played 1 game with a red card. So I'm starting to be of the opinion, and I mean, I've been intrigued to hear your thoughts on that one, but it does seem as if a centre half at the moment is the safer pick for points, given the extra points that they can now win on going out on a whim, hoping that you're going to get an attacking fullback, score a goal, and set up a goal.
Yeah, I mean, they talk about floor points versus ceiling points, and that centre backs' floor points are more consistent. So the floor, the sort of minimum expectation is higher, but their ceiling, their highest, is likely to be a bit lower. I don't think we've really seen that play out yet. I think that there's only been a few players that have been awarded kind of DEFCON points, which is more likely to be your kind of centre backs, but. Yeah,
it's definitely the centre backs. I mean, also, I think Gahey's had a couple last week as well, so still a back 3. So yeah, just for the guys go here, Sanchez, Dorgu, Williams, and Gahey, albeit might become a 4. Kept with Reinders. I am leaving Palmer in the team at the moment, albeit he may come out of it after the press conference tomorrow. Reason being that if he is injured, then my first sub will still remain as Jack Grealish, and Jack Grealish will obviously then step straight in.
Yeah.
But my thought is that if a Palmer does play against Fulham, I think he would potentially score a brace. But we'll see how that one pans out tomorrow. Keeping Verts and Kudos. Now again, another one is that Verts is my lowest performing player out of my whole squad, and that's even including my subs. So I am even considering keeping, say, with that going to a back 4 and dropping Verts for Konsa, assuming Konsa will come back into the side on Saturday. Is it Saturday they play?
Yeah, is Konsa, do we only have a 1 match ban?
No, he's back. He is back, which I thought was strange, considering that it was a straight red. Yeah. But he is back and eligible to be picked again for the weekend. So that is a potential change. And then the front 3 is staying the same as Pedro, Haaland and Watkins.
Yeah. With Watkins
I am keeping my captaincy pick on Watkins at the moment, albeit I think I might potentially wake up Saturday morning and change it to Pedro.
Yeah.
But we shall see. So no changes. My thoughts around this one is I've got a steady bench. I want to save my points up, and I also just want to evaluate where my actual team is at. So, like I said, one of the lowest performing players in my team is Verts, who scored 4 points on the season. Ash Assalai, Palmer's my lowest performing player, but it's because he's played 1 game. Verts has played 2, and he's only got a 1 point more. Watkins is also on 4 points. And then obviously Cons is on 3 points, but that's with a red card and only playing 1 game. So when you think about it, it's not actually that bad.
No, it looked reasonable. I think, I'm guessing that it was a 2-match ban and they were in the cup maybe, so that counts as his second, because it wouldn't be Premier League, but it would be English football, perhaps.
I don't know if they'd have been in round 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're showing our credibility here, but okay,
exactly,
interesting. And also,
team staying the same.
Yeah,
team staying the same. Mainly because I want those extra subs. Because what I am thinking is I have got £500,000 spare in my transfer thing. So if Watkins doesn't start to come good, or even Verts doesn't start to come good, I'll swap one of those out, potentially bring in like a Semenyo or someone like that, and then I'd then potentially improve the goalkeeper and then just bolster some of the other areas without remaining thing. So I'll probably need 2, 3, maybe 4 transfers to do it without having to use a token. So that's why I'm sticking firm to it's a squad game.
Fair enough. And I think Yorkeres was always on my radar for a Watkins swap.
Yeah.
He's still bedding in, he's still getting going. I think he's got tough fixtures. It's naturally someone that you'd look at. But if you've got transfers rolling over, with Verts as well, there's a fair bit of cash in there, isn't there? So and if Grealish looks like he's going to do well, which he does at the moment, then that's all good.
Well, I think if you, for example, if you went from Verts to Semenyo, I think you'd find £1.5 million just there, and that's even with the price increases.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Lesson learnt though, you need to not be lazy, and you need to send me your team each week, because we can't have this on the screen with the wrong fixtures on. I mean, it's just unacceptable.
Yeah, that is very. I forgot that's underneath it. So that's a no goal.
Yeah, that is. I really, you should be forfeiting your 3 points. To be fair,
the guys that are listening, they won't know. So what fixtures?
And if you're watching on YouTube without watching it, thank you for not seeing the absolute calamity of Harry's picture there.
To be fair, I think the only guys who'd be watching would be the guys watching next, hoping that you might be in the Norwich shirt again.
I did look pretty sexy, didn't I? I quite like that team though. Your Dorgu and Gay. I just wanted to see how they kind of got off really, but they've done quite well. Kudos is
I'm struggling with the fullbacks at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with the fullbacks at the moment. Obviously, you've got Porro, who is already starting to throw some points on the board. My guys ain't.
Mm-hmm.
So, but my centre halves are.
Yeah.
So, I'm going towards that David Moyes banter of football, and you go for that. What's it, Postecoglou?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think it's a solid base team. No panics of wholesale changes for me. Let's just kind of see it out. I think it's week 6 or 7. I'm planning a bit of a wild card or a free hit kind of overhaul. We'll see how it plays out, but yeah.
So I think it'd be silly to play a wild card at this point, because you're going into an international break, and that you either then play a wild card and you then got 4 injuries when you come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you are screwed.
Yeah, and there's a fixture swing coming up. I'm sure of it. So yeah, good.
Is there? Ooh.
I think so. Yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah. So any kind of major thoughts on as you're in the top million, what should, and many content creators out there actually are not. They're in and around where I am, which probably goes to show that I get my advice from the wrong places.
Maybe it depends where you're looking.
Anything in particular you kind of think is going to play out and be a bit of a shocker over the next few weeks? International break coming in, transfer window coming.
I think the biggest thing at the moment is getting a captain pick right. I mean, what was it? You look at the highest score this week for game week 2 was 140 points, and somehow someone's triple captain Timber. I'm still adamant that these are the types of players who are trying to come last.
Yeah. Well, the week before it was triple captain on. Is it Ballard, the defender for Sunderland, who scored one and had a clean sheet? So
and then now we've got somebody who's now done this.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got an average points of 51. Yeah, he's got 140 in 1 week. So that says a lot.
That maths doesn't math. Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing is captain. And I think a lot of beers people are actually trying to. He actually only had 10 scoring players as well. But I think the biggest thing is actually working out defensives. Is it better to be consistent with sort of like 6 points across 4 players, as in you got 4 6-pointers at the back 4, or even sort of like 3 6-pointers, or go with like a 2-pointer and a 10-pointer and another 2-pointer? But I haven't seen that 10-pointer yet in my team.
No, I think there's still a bit of balancing going on. I don't think games have quite played out exactly how we thought they would, and players haven't necessarily responded how we thought they would this season yet. I think that's all to come. So
I think there's still a lot of, with the rule changes, there's a lot still going on, whilst people are still trying to work out what they want to do.
Yeah, agreed. All right, well, good week. Sadly, I did not win. I am very sad about that, but I will hold on to the fact that it's purely just down to a lucky substitution order. So my parting wisdom is, pay attention to your subs bench, people, because sometimes it counts. And if you've got a 50-50 player like Palmer, there's no harm in having him on there as your starting lineup if you've got your bench in good order.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that.
There we go.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely agree. I mean, that's my philosophy this season. So I would say that's week 2 in, and we've learned the hard way.
Yeah.
And I beat you, which is the main thing.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing about it all weekend.
You will. I don't know about you though. I think I need to sort of make sure that I don't let this affect my weekend.
Oh mate, it consumes me. I feel for my kids who are trying to get my attention, and all I'm doing is staring at football stats. Even using this FOTMob website to have a look at defensive contributions in the match, like live data. I don't know who I am anymore.
Okay, that is a bit of a step. All I'm doing is literally just sat there flicking between whoever. So your team this week being against you was just flicking between the two.
Yeah.
And going, oh, he's got him coming on. Oh, he's got him. Oh, no, I've got him.
Well,
and I'm literally celebrating yellow cards, which is probably not the right thing.
I sat there. You sent the message in the WhatsApp group, and I sat there thinking, do you know what? If bonus points go the way I think they will with Ekatike and Salah, I get the extra points, and I'm going to be 1 or maybe 2 points ahead of you. But of course, the bench hadn't been sorted out by that point. So I'm laying in bed, staring at this screen, refreshing to see if I get the extra points. Then it clicks that it doesn't matter, and then I allow myself to go to sleep. So, yeah, it's too much. It's week 3, and I feel like my wife is a single parent at the moment on the weekends.
It's alright. I mean, I sometimes deleting the app 2 or 3 times over every weekend. So
yeah. But it's good fun. It's the best, by far and away, the best form of FPL out there.
Oh yeah, agreed.
So definitely encourage people to do a head-to-head league with their pals. You can of course join our league. Code on the screen 9TDD47. Come and join Harry and I if you fancy it. And best of luck this weekend, everybody. I look forward to seeing some defender somewhere score a freakish goal, the first of their career, someone drop a triple captain on them and they get a clean sheet, because that is just the way FPL world is going right now.
We just love it. We absolutely love it.
Yeah. Good luck all. Have a good one.
See you later.